USAPTO.org/takecare to get free help.
This morning, we are highlighting the acts of heroism that took place during and after the assault on the Capitol as that violent mob stormed into the historic building. These individuals went above and beyond to help others and restore order that day. Chip Reid shows us how two congressmen put their politics aside to defend democracy.
The protesters were starting to hit it and do it violently. And so we were a little concerned that they were going to be able to breach the door.
The man in the blue shirt standing shoulder to shoulder with Capitol Police as a mob of Trump supporters attempt to breach the House chamber is U.S. Representative Troy Nehls.
It was just someone that maybe found some type of a blunt object to poke holes and break that glass. You can see one young man, I could see the anger in his eyes.
Nehls, a newly sworn-in congressman, has spent nearly 30 years in law enforcement, including as a sheriff in Texas. His instincts told him to negotiate with the protesters.
I was doing everything I could to help try to de-escalate the situation, and it was a very tense moment.
So what did you tell that guy looking through that window?
That this is not the way we settle our differences, the value systems, whatever it may be, we should never resort to violence. And I looked him in the eye and I told him, I said, you should be ashamed of yourself, what you're doing here. This is a sacred chamber, and you're trying to obstruct.
Nehls was among those objecting to the counting of the electoral votes that confirmed President-elect Joe Biden's victory. But in that moment, none of that mattered.
I had a Texas mask, and he said, you're from Texas and that you should be with us. I said, listen, what you're doing right now, I cannot support, I cannot agree with in any form or fashion.
So you told him that this was un-American and that you strongly disagree. Now, you were with the president on the vote, but that doesn't mean you have to be with the protesters who claim they're supporting the president. I mean, there's a big divide there, right?
That's exactly it.
The carnage from the country's deep divide was strewn all over the Capitol building Wednesday. Representative Andy Kim from New Jersey had just finished his first vote of the evening when he decided to do his part.
It was just breaking my heart. When I got to the rotunda, which is the room that I love the most, it really brought a tear to my eye to see just how desecrated it was.
So Congressman Kim started cleaning up the debris.
There was this plaque that I came across that said that below this plaque lies the cornerstone that George Washington laid at the founding of this building. And it just reminded me that this is bigger than us. This building, the Capitol, is bigger than us. Our democracy is bigger than us.
The most un-American of acts, the desecration of the temple of our democracy, gave way to moments of pure patriotism. For CBS This Morning, Chip Reid, Washington.
What an extraordinary moment to be at the door and trying to talk protesters, rioters.
I love the shot, Anthony, where the police officer's looking at him as he's negotiating and talking.
With his guns drawn.
Yeah, please continue.
I also love that comment. You have a Texas mask. You're supposed to be with